Here's a different version of a hoop earring. It gives quite a chunky look. And can you see you can also flatten it and make it for a pendant. You can put a bead on top, put a bead in the middle. So many different versions. You can make your own little wire dangle at the center or not have a dangle at all. So using the coiling rod on the wire whiz, just cut it off from the spool, and again, you know, it's up to you which coiling rod you use. I'm using the sort of medium one, and I've made 2 inches. I'm going to find the half point, so an inch coil for each earring. So I'm just going to even the ends so there's no spiky bits. You want to have them nice and neat, and you want them to be the same length. So at this stage, just trim them. And trimming them means you've just got little jump rings that you can use for later. So you won't be throwing anything away. It's all reusable. So get them as tidy as you can and get them the same size if you're making earrings. Once you're ready with everything, which I'm still just tidying up here. There we go. That looks pretty identical. So I'll keep all those little jump rings for later. And now I'm going to stretch. It's just starting to stretch out those coils a little bit, not too much. You just do it bit by bit. Everything must be done in small movements and not too quickly, otherwise you can pull them out and create much bigger spacing, and you want to get the spacing as evenly as possible. So I'm using the head of my hammer to squash. I call it steamrolling. So I'm steamrolling the coil, and the end one is usually a bit it's just a bit stubborn, so you know, you have to sort of go with it bit by bit, squash them down, and once they start flattening, you'll find it a bit easier. And if this spacing goes a bit wrong, you can still push them together because they're still, you know, a little bit like still like springs. So now I'm working on the second one. I work in tandem so that I can try and get them to look as similar as possible for my earrings. So there, this is the bit that is always a bit stubborn, the end bit. So you sort of got to help it sometimes. And so now I've squashed it all down, and the other one. And now I'm looking for the gapping. The gapping, I must say, sometimes it works out really quickly, and other times I'm glad it's taking a little bit longer, because you might have that problem too, and you'll just see, you just have to adjust and adjust and adjust until you get it right. Sometimes it rolls out beautifully, and other times you're just adjusting it, but don't give up. So there we are, we're getting them to be roughly the same length and the spacing to be roughly the same. Find something that you can wrap it around, a circular dowel, a mandrel, a ring stick, whatever you've got to hand to start making the curve. And then I'm using 0.8 millimeter, and that's actually what I've used for the coil as well. So I'm using 0.8 all the way through, and you can feed that wire through the coil. So I've got to do the second one. It will go through very easily. And that will help bring the two, you know, ends together to make them meet. So this is where you're making the shape. Don't worry too much about the shape at this point. The first thing really you've got to get done is to get them connected, and then you can concentrate on the shape, or a better shape at least. I'm going to take a bit because that's a half coil, so I'm just nipping that half coil off. So shaping again for the second one. Oh, my wire has disappeared. My central wire just disappears inside. So you can actually put a link on it on one end, which means it's not going to go all the way through. There is a lot of adjusting, but you can see it's just because it's so springy. It doesn't want to behave today. There we go. So we're getting the shape now. And again, there's a half coil there, so I'm just going to knit that one off. So the next thing to do is take your round nose pliers and create a link. So pick up the end and roll it. And if you've got plenty of wire, you can roll it a couple of times, but you can see I've just made a link, and then I'm posting the projecting wire through that link so that I can connect the two things together. So link them together and then suspend them off your ear wires, and they can hang this direction or they can hang as a loop. And you could put something in, suspend something through the center if you want. And if you need any more adjusting, just take your time and get them just as you want them. So you can make them any size you want, depending on how big you make your coils and with any wire that you've got to hand. So I hope you enjoy making these with beads, without beads, as pendants, and you can also link them with jump rings from each end. You don't have to do the connection that I did. So there are many different ways of making these, and I hope you enjoy making your own versions. Many thanks for watching, and do subscribe for more tutorials.